crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roadshow.com with your morning hornosies, your sip of chaga coffee. Oh, great fun yesterday. My voice is gone, singing and screaming into the wind about manipulation, about free speech, about gold and silver with a bunch of crazy rowdies. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. We had our first of the Roadshow last night, yesterday. It went into the night for me. Great time. Met so many amazing people. There are people out there. There are true patriots out there who want to get the word out, and that's what we're doing. We're spreading the word. So thank everybody who came. Next show is Wednesday night in Santa Barbara. Come on down to Santa Barbara or up to Santa Barbara, wherever you live. You can get tickets. Go to roadtoruta.com, click on the Roadshow, and then number 1 is done. Number 2, go to Santa Barbara, and we are at Timbers Roadhouse. Timbers Roadhouse in Goleta, which is right next to Santa Barbara, 10 Winchester Canyon Road. Looks like a really cool place, and we'll be rocking the house, talking about freedom, talking about silver. Let's talk about silver, by the way. As you know, I didn't post anything yesterday, but we had a nice run up in silver. The sad thing is we get excited about a 50, 60 cent move in silver. That should be $50 or $60 move if silver was freely traded, but it's not freely traded yet. We are waiting for that day, but it is a positive movement. There's other positive things and another conspiracy that I want to talk about. We weren't worried. I didn't think it would happen, but the COMEX deliveries for March, somebody came out of the blue and saved Bank of America's ass. Who is it? It's that entity that's not supposed to be rigging silver anymore. Yep. JP Morgan, of all people, made all the deliveries. Here they are in their delivery. Right in here. We are up to 8,000 contracts delivered, 40 million ounces. Where is it? JP Morgan right here ended up, because B of A couldn't deliver, JP Morgan ends up delivering 1,525 contracts at about 7.5 million ounces out of the house account, which I didn't think they were supposed to do, according to their deferred prosecution agreement. Now, let's talk to the CFTC and the DOJ. What the hell's going on? Yes, a deferred prosecution. JP Morgan signed a deferred prosecution agreement on September 29th, 2020, after they got busted for, and I quote, JP Morgan, global banking financial services firm, has entered into a resolution with the Department of Justice to resolve criminal charges related to 2 distinct schemes to defraud. The first involving tens of thousands of episodes of unlawful trading in the markets for precious metals futures contracts. And the second involving thousands of episodes of unlawful trading in U.S. Treasuries. This criminal bank is so ridiculous why they are allowed to exist. But listen, JP Morgan also entered into a deferred prosecution agreement, a DPA, in connection with the criminal information filed today in the District of Connecticut, charging the company with 2 counts of wire fraud. Under the terms of the DPA, JP Morgan will pay over $920 million in criminal monetary penalty, criminal discouragement, and victim compensation. I don't remember being compensated. Do you? Remember, COMEX, this is the exchange that silver is traded on. COMEX price is reflected to every single silver market on the planet. Everybody goes off the COMEX price. I didn't get my compensation. Department of Justice, why don't you hand out compensation to every single silver investor who got screwed by these guys? Anyway, criminal monetary penalty credit against payments to the commodity to the CFTC under a separate agreement, with the CFTC being announced today as part of the criminal disgorgement. Credit against payments, blah, blah, blah. For 8 years, traders on JP Morgan's precious metals and U.S. Treasuries desk engaged in separate schemes to defraud other market participants that involved thousands of instances of unlawful trading, meant to enhance profits and avoid losses. Today's resolution, which includes significant criminal monetary penalty, they made a hell of a lot more than you'd find them, by the way, and return money to victims. But this agreement requires JP Morgan to self-report violations of the federal anti-fraud laws and cooperate in future criminal investigations. They are not doing that. They are not doing that. They are skirting the deferred prosecution agreement. How do we know they're running away from that? There we are. Back in December, 1 year after they signed that first one, or a little over a year, JP Morgan admits employees use text on WhatsApp on personal devices to conduct business. So they got busted lying, cheating, and stealing. The Commodity Futures Trade Commission today issued an order simultaneously filing and settling charges against JP Morgan Chase for failing to maintain, preserve, and produce records that were required to be kept under CFTC housekeeping requirements and failing to diligently supervise matters related to its business as CFTC registrants. JP Morgan admits the facts in order and acknowledges that the conduct violated the Commodities Exchange Act and regulations. That puts them in default of this, which is RICO. They're back on RICO charges. They should be. And then they do this. They provide the physical metal to help rig the markets, which they haven't been. Their house account has been deadly quiet until all of a sudden somebody couldn't pay up the silver, and then JP Morgan moves in and pays up the silver. This is insane. Why is this entity allowed to exist? It's insane. On the good side, our friends over at Private Advisors Group is back. These are the people that set off the Wall Street Bets Reddit silver thing back a year ago. This was the only entity that did it. And yeah, I love the Wall Street Bet guys. Don't get me wrong. They're doing a great thing. They're spreading the word, but they weren't the reason. That wasn't the reason that silver was spiking to $30 back a year ago. It was 100% this purchase by a company called Private Advisor Group right here. You can see the first quarter, they bought 191 million shares of SLV. That's 191 million ounces of silver that SLV had to put in. That was 100% what was going on. And then over the course of the year, they started selling off. But look at this. Right there. The fourth quarter last year, this was just posted a little bit ago. They just added 61 million ounces again. 61 million shares of SLV, which SLV is required by law. Are you hearing me, BlackRock? You're required by law to put that in. They haven't done it yet, I don't think. Because I didn't see anybody sell off 61 million ounces. So their investment in the iShares Silver Trust is up 1,014% in 1 quarter. I don't think this is going to stop. I think they made a mistake. I think they were trying to crush the silver cabal last time, but they made a mistake in buying it all in 1 quarter. They're just going to slowly buy massive amounts and destroy the cabal. So we will see what happens. But this, you know who provided this silver was Bank of America. Bank of America provided it. And then I believe these guys took delivery and they're going at it again. So there is a battle going on in silver. Hang on to your silver, my friends. It is getting a little crazy out there. Stuff like this doesn't happen in silver. It's not allowed to happen. It has to be flat. It has to be flat at all times. So says JP Morgan and friends. And the CFTC, Rustin Benham. We have to tamp down the price every chance we can. At the end of this month, he'll be the only guy left at the CFTC. You know, the Fed is also running out of Fed commissioners. Or not commissioners. What do they call them? Fed presidents. Let's look at the Federal Reserve. How many Fed presidents are there? About the Fed. Those are the only ones left. There's only 4 people left. And it's supposed to be, let's find out what it is. About the Fed. The board members is supposed to be 7. So there's only 4. And I think 1 just announced their retirement. I forgot who it was. But there's supposed to be 7. And look at the CFTC. We're down to basically Rustin Benham at the end of this month. Dawn DeBerry Stump has already checked out. We already know that. She checked out well over a year before she was supposed to. And they say she's fulfilling her 5-year term. You want to? I just keep looking at this, going, what the hell? Click at cftc.gov, chairman and commissioners. There's the 2. There's supposed to be 5. But let's look at Dawn DeBerry Stump. Okay. Dawn DeBerry Stump. How do I get over there? Here she goes. Now listen to this, and you do the math yourself. Dawn DeBerry Stump was nominated by the President Trump to serve as Commissioner of Commodity Futures Trading on June 12th, 2017. She was unanimously confirmed by the Senate on August 28, 2018, and sworn into office on September 5th, 2018. Now, a 5-year term is supposed to go 5 years from 2018 when she was sworn in. They're saying for the remainder of a 5-year term expiring on April 2022. Let's do the math. September 5th, 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. She should be serving until September 5th, 2023. She's leaving well over a year before her term is up, and yet they say the remainder of a 5-year term expiring. That's just, it's like the CFTC can't even do math. She's getting out of Dodge. She's under fire, too. So keep that in mind. It's scary stuff there. I wouldn't want to be her. So let me tell you that. Okay, so the world's falling apart. Trading agency cuts Russia's rating again. Oh, by the way, Putin orders companies to make payments to foreign creditors in rubles. Putin's doing the same thing that Evergrande is doing. They're not paying off the foreigners. Screw the foreigners. Foreigners are out. All foreign debt. Globalization is going to implode in a blink of an eye any day now. Who's going to lose the big time is the banks that are invested in Russia. Our friend Jamie Dimon's all over the news. Jamie Dimon warns the West sanctions on Russia could have unintended consequences. Like maybe something like this. JP Morgan Bank with $53 trillion in derivatives that are about to go bust. Then Jamie Dimon comes out and says, the banks are in talks with government for clarity on sanctions. Jamie Dimon is shitting bricks. Or so we think. And then we get this from Zero Hedge. Wall Street is quietly trading for the return of Russia. This is a couple days ago, or it was today. Right here. JP Morgan. A team of JP Morgan strategists led by Zafar Nazem published a note Friday titled Russian Coup, Russian Corp. If ints and buts were candy and nuts, recovery analysis. Move Lukoil MMK to OW, basically telling everybody to buy Russia. I'll guarantee you JP Morgan is selling Russia, but they're, Jamie Dimon being the worst trader in the world, the most transparent trader in the world. Whatever he says, do the opposite. Jamie Dimon's up shit creek, and all his friends are up shit creek. And he's going to the government right now to say, bail us out again. On Thursday night, the Federal Reserve gave the banks $1.5 trillion for the overnight repo market. $1.5 trillion, and that goes on nightly now. That has to happen. Without that $1.5 trillion bailout, the banks would flop tomorrow. That's how much trouble they're in. And we're having shit like this go down, where credit agencies cutting Russia's credit rating, order Putin saying, hell no, we're not going to pay the foreigners. The total Russian external debt is $478 billion as of fourth quarter 2001. Add another $141 billion of U.S. or of government debt, you got like $650 billion. And then just today, Moody cuts Russia's rating into junk territory. This is all going away, my friends. And then we have the war in Ukraine is affecting numerous financial industries. MasterCard, Visa being cut off to Russia. It is a mess right now. And who loses? If Russia says, okay, fine. Nobody has to pay their credit card bill anymore in Russia. You think they're going to get any payments from anybody for anything? No, it's over. The banks have been lending in the crazy world that they live in, free money and lend it out, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose badly. Everybody in Russia just got free payoff of all their credit cards because MasterCard and Visa stopped them from allowing them to charge new things. You think anybody in Russia is going to pay off their credit card? Hell no. Not a chance. And where do all these credit goes? All the credit cards go into derivatives. They're all packaged and sold off. MasterCard, Visa, none of the banks hold this debt. It's all packaged and sold off to pension funds and shit like that, and derivatives are thrown on it, and that's the game, and that's the game that's ending. So yeah, so they cut off SWIFT system to Russia. That means Russia doesn't have to pay any of their creditors. Too bad, J.P. Morgan. Really interesting times. China's going to do the same thing probably next week, and this is the end game. It's all orchestrated. Who knows what's going on with the war, if it is a war. Nobody knows how many people are killed. When the Iraq war started, there was about 10 to 20,000 people killed in the first few days. Right now they're saying like 350 to 500 people, last I heard a couple days ago, have died. Something is odd about this war. Obviously, the media wants to start World War III. They're all gung-ho for it, and they have been for a while. As soon as COVID ended, they had to have something else. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? CNN, we're losing our ratings. We can't talk about COVID. What's next? Oh, a war. Let's go. We'll talk about war. Let's start a war. These people are sick. And I'm not talking about just CNN. I'm talking about Fox News and MSNBC and all these assholes. And then you got the censorship of anything that goes against the narrative on YouTube. They banned my post the other day. I had to put on the private road. It's insane right now. Anyway, that's what we're talking about on the road. Go to roadtour.com. Join us on the Roadshow. If you want to subscribe, click subscribe today. We will send you 50 T-Fuel loaded on paper wallets for a 1-year subscription or renewal. This is Bix Weir. I will talk to you later.